Each different kind of plant, animal or organism that you see represents a species. Number of species that are known and described range between 1.7-1.8 million. Number of species that are known and described range refers to or the number and types of organisms present on Earth. Biodiversity. Standardize the naming of living organisms such that a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. This process is called nomenclature. Nomenclature naming is only possible when the organism is described correctly. This process refers to identification. ICBN. International Code for Botanical Nomenclature. ICZN. International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. Scientific names and shore. One. Each organism has only one name. 2. Description of any organism should enable the people to arrive at the same name. 3. They also ensure that such a name has not been used for any other known organism. System of providing a name with two components is called binomial nomenclature. In binomial nomenclature has two components. The generic name and the specific epithet. Binomial nomenclature naming system given by Carolus Linnaeus. Mango scientific name. Mangifera indica. Biological names are generally in and written in. They are Latinized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. In Latin and written in italics. First word in a biological name represents the, while the second component denotes the. Genus, specific epithet. Both the words in a biological name, when handwritten, are or printed in to indicate their Latin origin. Separately underlined, italics. First word denoting the genus starts with a letter while the specific epithet starts with a letter. Capital, small. Name of the author appears after the specific epithet, that is, at the end of the biological name, and is written in an, for example, Mangifera indica Linn. Abbreviated form. Mangifera indica Linn indicates that this species was first described by Linnaeus. Since it is nearly impossible to study all the living organisms, it is necessary to devise some means to make this possible. This process is classification. Classification is the process by which anything is grouped into convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. Based on characteristics, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. This process of classification is taxonomy. Things are essential and form the basis of modern taxonomic studies. One, external and internal structure along with the structure of cell. 2, development process, and 3, ecological information of organisms. The processes that are basic to taxonomy. 1. Characterization. 2. Identification. 3. Classification. 4. Nomenclature. In early days, human beings needed to find sources for their basic needs of 1. Food, 2. Clothing, and 3. Shelter. Hence, the earliest classifications were based on the of various organisms. Uses. The study of relationships among organisms was referred to as systematics. The word systematics is derived from the Latin word systema. Linnaeus used as the title of his publication Systema Naturae. Scope of systematics was later enlarged to include (1) Identification, 2. Nomenclature, 3. Classification. Systematics takes into account between organisms evolutionary relationships,